Okay, I am back at it again. I'm gonna do a serious tutorial this time, not a joking one, and I'm gonna try to attempt to explain how I do the whole face and the hair and the eyes and everything, so hopefully that helps. Um, this is just gonna be a basic, like, character facing slightly to the left, and it's just going to be his shoulders and head. If we'd want a full body tutorial, I'm gonna have to throw myself at Mina and beg for her assistance with like setting up the camera and also possibly explaining. But anyway, let's attempt to draw an anime boy. So as with most tutorials, start with the circle. And usually I do that thing where you draw a line to indicate which way the character is facing. So if he's facing downwards, if he's facing upwards, if you were going to have him just facing the middle, it would be in the middle. It just kind of helps me line up the eyes. So we're just gonna do that. And then usually there's like either an indentation or a flat side of the head that is going to indicate where the eyes are. So you can also draw a line there to kind of just line it all up. And then this would be the side of the face. And he's got a more defined chin than most anime boys. So I like to show that by making it flat rather than pointy. Not that anyone has a chin like that, but you know what I mean. So it's the side of the eyes, the side of the face, the chin, the jaw, and then the other side of the face. And if you think that looks too masculine or you want to change how it looks, you can always make it pointier like that. So you can make him look younger or more, I don't know, moe. But I am going based off of the model reference he provided, so we're gonna just do that. So on the side of the head is typically where human ears are located. Basic Anatomy 101. The inside of ears are a real pain to do, and everyone has like their way of kind of simplifying it. I draw kind of this like oh my god, backwards F shape. You can tell I practiced for this. But yeah, that's typically what I do to just kind of simplify it. It works for me. You can do whatever you want. When I'm drawing the neck, I usually put one line facing like slightly underneath the chin. Not like, unless he's got like a super thick like bodybuilder neck, then you can like really emphasize it. But then the other line is going to come from behind the head. It's going to connect right with the back of the head. And it's going to come down pretty much like that. And when you're drawing shoulders, we're not going to do super detailed, but basically they come from behind the neck. So you've got the neck coming down from the back of the head. The shoulders line up with the back of the neck. The ear is in front. And then you've got his jaw. We are doing it. We're making a man. I don't know if any of this is helpful, but I'm trying my best. Okay. I think I actually want him to be facing slightly more. I'm just going to adjust that a little bit. But I can also erase underneath where the eyes are going to be because we don't really need that. So his style of eyes are pretty slanted, as with more serious characters or more masculine characters. So you draw a line kind of slanting towards the center of the face, and then the other part will come down, also slanting slightly to the side. Anime style eyes can be very difficult when you are first learning how to draw them. They'll probably be one of the more frustrating parts of the process, including the other eye, as it's known. Because the character is facing slightly to the side, this eye isn't going to be as big or visible, so it's going to be shorter. Look at this, your first art lesson, and you're already practicing foreshortening. I made the line a little thick, but you get like the basic idea. And then if you need to adjust it, you can. Or you can just be a perfect artist who gets it done right in one take. Which I am not, but I usually have to redo things. So you guys only see like the finished product. I actually work very, very hard. So then you draw some lines underneath the eyes to kind of emphasize that like that's the lower lid. So top lid, lower lid. Yeah, so like I said, the other eye, it's going to be very, very frustrating. This is why my character only has one eye showing. I totally cheated. But anyway, so you could do the inside of the eyes in a variety of ways. If you want to make him look super ugu moe, you could give him like big anime girl sparklies. But since he's like a more serious character, or is at least pretending to be a more serious character, if you make the iris smaller, it makes him look a bit more, I don't know if intimidating is the word, but it makes him look less moe, I guess. So he has very tiny pupils in the model reference. So you can play around with that. Just make like a thin line to mess with that. If you want to do a small highlight, you can do that. You can play with that however you want. You almost can't see his pupil. But anyway. So, those are his eyes. Hopefully, I didn't go too fast. Like I said, I've never done a tutorial besides the other trolling one, so I'm doing my best here. Noses can be tricky. Because there's like a billion different ways to do them, and if you don't like the way I'm doing it, literally Google like anime nose, and like there's all different kinds of styles and things like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line here to kind of indicate like the slope, how the nose like comes down on the face. Oh my god. So professional. And you can actually keep that going. And then I kind of do this like triangular effect that's common in like older styles. You can also add like a nostril. It just depends, or you could take it away. It depends on what you think looks better, what kind of style you're going for. Like I said, with noses, there's many, many different ways. If someone has like a wider nose, for example, what I tend to do is like, rather than a triangle, I use kind of this like wide rounded shape. So that's another idea. Mouth, pretty simple. He's almost got not like a cat-like grin, but it definitely does make this kind of like very subtle curved expression. The mouth, you can literally do anything you want. Doesn't matter. Whatever you think looks good. Eyebrows go above the eyes. I know. Fascinating. And he's kind of got thick eyebrows in the face model. So what I do is make them thick towards the, I don't know what part of the eye this is. The front of the eye, the tip, the head, I don't know. But yeah, you make them thicker and then they typically taper out. And as a wise woman once said, your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So, you know, if they don't look perfect, it's fine. Don't even worry about it. No one will notice unless you point it out. But there it is. If he had kind of like hooded eyes, you could also kind of indicate like the lid. But anyway, that's basically the eyebrows, the eyes, the nose, the mouth. So he's got a Danuki mask, and it comes from the beginning of the eyebrows, and it kind of dips down like that. My reference just shut off. And you actually can't see where it stops on the end of the face because his hair and hood are covering it. But for now, we're just going to lightly indicate it. We're just going to pretend this is what it looks like. It's going to be covered up anyway. And then you want to curve down around the eyes to indicate that like the nose is a solid shape. So it goes over and under. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. And yeah, you kind of just do the same for the other side. It's like a hill, basically. It's like when you put a masquerade mask over your face, it goes over the nose. It's not a flat surface. So you can also lightly shade that. Or if you plan on doing a full coloring, definitely go for it. So yeah, that's what we got so far. And now we get to the part that everyone really cares about, the hair. So in my troll tutorial, I indicated the hairline, which is basically where the hair starts growing out of the head, which is actually a part of the process. Kenta's model got a big-ass forehead, so however long you want to expand that, be my guest. In some hairstyles, like if he had shaved hair, you could also indicate like the sides. Just kind of, you know, there's like a space between like the eye and the ear, and you want to just indicate that's also where the hairline is. He does not have a shaved head, so what we're going to do, I'm actually just going to take a second to make my reference bigger so I can see what I am doing. All right. So he's got a part in his hair right about here. And a lot of times what people do is they'll make like a little V shape. And this is going to show like where the hair is parting. So it goes up a little and then down to about here, right where the eyebrow is. And it's just like a short little spike, and you don't need to make it super sharp. You can make it loose. That's kind of how you get like the hair effect. So not sharp, make it loose. Unless he had like super spiky hair, but he doesn't, so. Okay. And then he's got another bang that kind of does the same thing. His bangs are pretty messy, so you can play with them and you can kind of change them up if you need to. But basically in his design, he's got like the piece of hair that's falling in between his eyes, and then some of it is like pushed off to the side. But we're going to come back to that in a second. He's also got it pushed to the side over here. So I'm going to take some creative liberties and say like it's pushed to the side. He's also got some falling in between. So you can kind of play with that. The idea is to just kind of follow like where the hair is growing. And then where the hair parts, it's going to be slightly above the head. And he's got like a little antenna or whatever it's called. I forget the word for it. But since we've got the point where it parts and comes off, we can go from here. And it's just going to kind of come down. He's got like a little flick. And then it comes behind his ears before where it stops, basically. And if we need to change this or make it bigger or readjust something, if it doesn't look right, we can go back and do that. Yeah. Okay. So now this side is like pushed over here. So it's coming over his head, falling slightly off, giving it some dimension. And then with the other side, he's got a piece that's like coming up. And then right where the hair parts, it kind of like dips in. Because that's showing like one side is going this way, the other side is going the other way. And then we want to just kind of continue messing with the spikes. This one's actually a bit long. Like I said, it's okay to make mistakes. That's why erasers are here. Okay, that is close enough. If Kenta doesn't like it, I'd like to see him do better. Best tutorial ever, am I right, guys? And of course, he has his own little Danuki ears, so popping up out of the hair is his ear, his second pair of ears. And then to make an animal ear, we typically just... And then wherever you, like, some people will put the second one above. You can also put it behind. I think I'm actually going to do that just to show that it's on the other side of his head. It's a little uneven. You know, I really wish Mina was here. She could probably explain this a lot better, but I'm doing my best. So, okay, just make that a little longer. All right, that doesn't look terrible. I think I might dare to call myself master of tutorials. Okay. So, got the hair, and if you want, you can also, like, add pieces or whatever. There's a bunch of different ways to do that, but typically I just do the one solid shape. You could also... that doesn't look good. Never mind. Forget I said anything. All right. We'll add another piece here just to show that it's being pushed over his ear. Okay. All right. Swag. So, some male characters have an Adam's apple. He doesn't have that on his model, but I'll show you how to do that anyway. Basically, like, it's a short line down, lump over the throat, and then if you also want some neck tendons, just 2 very short lines. That's what I do for a lot of male characters. Like I said, totally up to you. His clothes are interesting. He's basically got like one of those Naruto collars and then like the hood falling over it. So if we wanted to do that, we basically got to draw like an oval, like a cone of shame. If you want, if it helps you line it up, you can draw a line like through the neck and then just erase it later, like that. Once you have the circle, you just draw 2 little lines here to kind of show what's going on. This is the front. So you just draw the lines there for the pattern, and then he's got some buttons, which is just some simple little small circles going down like that. And for the hood, I don't really know how to describe this. You can have like pieces of fabric going towards the center, and then it's just like waves. Like it's just curving around like that. And it doesn't look that good because I didn't like properly measure it, but that's the idea, basically. I probably could have made this higher up, but I don't feel like erasing and redrawing the whole lower half. So we're just going to do that instead. And perhaps one day I'll do a much better tutorial where it's the full body. But yeah, this is the basic idea of the head, the hair, the face, and some of the clothes. So hopefully that was helpful. If my incoherent rambling doesn't help you, you can maybe just mute the video and watch me step by step drawing the lines. Hopefully you'll pick up something from that. So yeah, I'll go ahead and upload that and then put it on the Discord channel, and hopefully you'll get something out of it. All right, bye.